can't stand the pressure. Bam, we're late. Bam, we're live. Oh, I didn't even do Rumble. It happens. What am I going to do? It happens. It happens. When I say that I didn't do Rumble, I mean, before every show, I have to do like copy and paste, click, copy, paste, click, do all this stuff so that it streams to Rumble simultaneously. The software we use, StreamYard, does it automatically to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and 2 Twitter accounts, the Sevan Podcast and my personal one, but not to Rumble. So every morning that has to be done. If I don't do it to Rumble manually, it eventually, there's something automated in YouTube that I set up where it gets sent over there later in the day. But that's that. So I was it's funny. The 2 minutes went by fast because I sat down here at 6:59 thinking I would start on time, but I didn't. So I appreciate you pointing out that I'm late. Guys, that was what a wild weekend. What a wild weekend. You know what was wild for me is the fact that CrossFit does a stream for the CrossFit semifinals. And for, I don't know how many hours the streams were in their totality. Let's say 7 hours a day for 3 days. I'm just making that up. I have no idea. I didn't even look. But if it's 7 hours a day for 3 days, that's 21 hours. And by far, no second place, no third place, no fifth place. The most thing talked about in the chat is this podcast because of you guys. So basically, you guys do free advertising for this podcast on the CrossFit Games podcast for 21 hours. I almost wanted to cry a little bit in the shower this morning thinking about that. Not wanted to. I almost did. I was like just tripping. I was kind of overwhelmed. I was like, what? I also started then right from there. I started thinking, hey, good morning. Good morning, Caron Senior. Then I started thinking that why I wonder why CrossFit doesn't promote stuff in the chat. Like, you know, like every 3 minutes do like a link to the affiliate map. They should do that, right? Melissa Odier, that was the intent, Sevi. I know it was crazy. You guys are amazing. I'm sure it was the intent. You guys, it's. I'm so thankful, I guess is what I'm saying. Good morning, Robbie. Like, yeah, pre-cry. Yeah, I had pre-cry. Actually, that might even be a little exaggerated because now that I think about it, that you say like that, I didn't feel the tear ducts turn on, you know, that feeling. But I did feel whatever's pre-cry. It was pre-cry. Oh, it was weird. It's really cool. It's I'm supposed to say I'm humbled, but it's the opposite for me. I guess I'm broken or something. I'm proud. Is that one of the sins? You're not supposed to have pride, right? But I am proud. I'm like, oh, this is so cool to be a part of this. I don't even know how this happened. I'm putting on my toe spacers. And I put them on. I shouldn't show you guys this. Make someone throw up. I hope all of you have, I hope no one's eating. This is my foot right here, my toes. And you would think they're supposed to go on one way, like this. Shit, I can't. What am I gonna do? You would think they're supposed to go on like this, right? But I think they actually go on like this. Anyway, if I don't know what I'm trying to do. Just trying to hurt my back. You think that I clip that for Pornhub. Thanks, Dick Butter. Oh, that was on accident. But you know what? This is kind of weird too, but I feel this extra sense of accomplishment at the end of a show because I've worn these for 2 hours. I feel like I'm multitasking, and I'm kind of the king of multitasking in my own little head. So. The show's killing it. You guys are awesome. The representation, all the photos people sent me. Philip Kelly sent me all sorts of photos. Brian sent me all sorts of photos. People sending me all sorts of photos of all the Sevan, the CEO shirts. You guys meeting each other. It was people spotting Wad Zombie in the crowd and taking pictures and sending them. It was really cool. It's a really good feeling of like accomplishment, like kind of on accident too. Not kind of on accident, but accident. Vittorio. You and the crew had a great coverage all weekend as usual. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, dude. And what about Tyler Watkins and Spin and Young? I hope they don't hear this, but they're adorable. They're so fun. I swear it reminded me of being in elementary school and getting to go to school and see my friends. The fact that I got to come on here and see them. And then Grundler joined us. I was kind of sad that Tyler had to go. Not kind of sad. I was sad. I really have fun with those guys. Shout out to the Sevanistas at Semis. West, Chris B, Philip, Kelly, G's Louise, Gabe, Wad Zombie, Natalie, Marco Calderon. Yeah, dude. So many people. Some people sent me that group picture of all you guys. I need to post that on my Instagram. And the fact that what Colton did for us, how fun, right? All impromptu. We got behind a horse, and he took care of us. He gave it his all, and then came on the show. Yeah, it's pretty darn giving. It's a pretty darn giving crew. Generous, to say the least. Where is John Young this morning? He killed it this weekend. Yeah, he was awesome. I don't know where he is. Great coverage, best B team in the game. Yeah, it was nuts. Maybe the new A team. There was something in here. Someone already did Murph. Oh, Jeff. A 58-minute Murph with vest. Crazy. I've never done Murph with a vest. Tuning in with in from the jacuzzi. That's cool. I am also going to Murph at 8:30 this morning when the show's over, but I will not be doing Murph. I'm taking my boys to watch my wife do Murph. Oh, Sevy. I don't even want to go do it. I'd rather hang out here with you guys, but my son said they want to go watch their mom, and I think that's pretty cool. So, Jake Chapman, been to the races with my kids today. Their first TT, loved it. We climbed through the hedges and sat roadside with the riders doing 170 miles per hour. Crazy. So Jake's on the Isle of Man. Is Jake the one that has a handful of gyms on the Isle of Man? Guess who's coming to stay at my house tonight for like a week, I think. I think Hiller's coming. It's not a trip. Yeah. Nuts. What you guys did in the chat. It makes me, I do wonder, I wonder what other people think. I wonder what CrossFit thinks. I wonder about what the person, like they have some guy there, right? Who's obviously manning the chat. And I wonder what that person thinks. They're probably like, holy shit. And you guys are so funny in there. I took pictures of what I thought were funny comments, and I wanted to do a montage of them for my Instagram. Adam, man, I had a couple of long travel days this weekend. Got to introduce my wife to the Sevan Podcast. Doing Murph with her this afternoon. That's cool, Adam. That's super cool. Oh, okay. I don't own any gyms, Jake Chapman, but there are 5 on the island. Okay, 5 incredible gyms. Oh, that's cool. You like all of them. Yeah, Hiller's going to be at Broken Science. But he was in town for the street parking event, which I didn't make it over to, which is kind of a bummer. Not kind of a bummer. It is a bummer. I wish I would have gone over there. I just didn't have any time. And then I think he told me today he's taking his wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever he calls her, over to San Francisco airport to drop her off, and then he's coming back. And then I think he's gonna stay at my house for a few days, which is kind of cool. I better clean the sheets in the I gotta tell my wife that. In the kids' room. I wonder if the phone's working this morning. I used to feel in more of a panic to get the show started faster. Do you think it's starting too slow these days? Like by now, I haven't played anything yet. Recent phone number. You guys should all be so proud of yourselves too. We're a fucking force. It's a what a great thing. Oh, I called myself. Supposed to be calling my wife. I asked Sousa to see if he could come on this morning. He said he could come on at 7:45. I had this idea I wanted to share with you guys, and then I started telling him about it, and he started saying it better than me. Let's see if my wife answers. I gotta have.
Hello, you've reached Haley.
I gotta have I gotta pull the sheets off the kid's bed so Hiller has a place to sleep that's clean. Oh, that's right. That's right, Christine. Oh, are you there? God, it would have been cool to see you again, too. That's right. He is doing Murph at 11 a.m. He told me that, too, at the ranch. And then he's headed up to the city. There he is. Is that Tyler? I don't know. That's a walk. Everyone reaching for their phones to match the tone. Can you do that? Cornholio, up to 21,800 subscribers. They are working overtime on the suppression, but they will not succeed. Something did happen on YouTube this weekend. I don't remember the exact numbers, but there's something called impressions. And what I think that is when you go onto YouTube, it pops up shit in your algorithm of things that they think you might be interested in, or for whatever reason, and previous stuff you've looked at. Well, our impressions were like 400% more than normal. Meaning more people, we were getting in front of more people's eyes than ever, the opportunity to watch the show. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm looking at this comment from YouTube. It says, it's from Nick Palfrey. My God, that was an awesome last day. I don't know what was more somber, giving an announcement. The BBC News anchor informing the country the Queen had died, or Sean Woodland almost in tears telling the viewing masses that Danny Spiegel was missing the games. Was he sad about that? Did he express, was he heartbroken? I don't remember hearing that. Yes. Oh, I don't know if my man bun will be at BSI. That is a fucking good question. Yeah, come. You can sleep in the half pipe. I will be at all the VIP parties and such. So you'll have to sleep outside until I come home and open the door and let you in. But yeah. Kevin Doyle in the YouTube comments. Man, where is it? Look at David's daughter this year compared to last year. Serious comeback. Yeah. You know what we didn't talk about? I guess Fikowski's feet were hitting the ground in the toes to bar. We didn't talk about that at all for whatever reason. But I think we should have. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with it at all. Okay. Oh, I did so many of these already and haven't erased them. Oh, wow. It's always weird when I choose something on Instagram to show you and it says it's not there anymore. One more weekend. I was asking Mike Halpin this morning. I was on this thread with Mike Halpin and a bunch of other people. I think it was Mike Halpin said it. And I said, hey, I wonder what the schedule is for next week. And he said, just look at this week's schedule and add 9 hours. And if that's the truth, that's going to be hard. That means I'm going to be up all night. I did not enjoy how much I was up this weekend. I did not feel good yesterday. I felt a little dizzy. Eaton Beaver, Sevan, you doing Murph this morning? Kind of. I'm going to watch my wife do Murph with the boys. How's that? Is that close? Close enough? I saw something about Candace Owens is thinking about becoming Catholic. I was like, God, I don't even understand that stuff. I don't even know what that means. Oh, you guys want to start with something just awesome? I could have done this. I guess I could still do this. I'm young. I could have another life. So many of you guys sent me this guy. This must have just started populating the algorithm at Instagram because I got so many people sending me this. And I apologize when you guys send me stuff and I don't acknowledge it. I try to, but sometimes I copy the link and I paste it in a doc. And when I come back, you're to my inbox, you're gone, and then I can't remember who sent it to me. So I apologize. In my inbox is about 2 months ago, I lost the battle in my inbox. I can no longer answer all my DMs. I spend 3 or 4 hours a day answering DMs, and I can't get to it. But I want you to know I'm trying. And it's unsettling to me that I can't get to them all in a weird way. Not because I care, but because maybe it's because I care. Okay, here we go. This guy, his name is Troy Hawk, and he's greeting people at the entrance to the store called Waitrose and Partners. I guess this is in the UK. Dick Butter, I love when the meme guy and T-Lander form an alliance in the chat. It didn't go well for them. Oh, yeah. There were some funny comments. Oh, I want to tell you something. I don't know if I should tell you this. Should I tell you this? When those guys act like they don't care, they care. It's fucking eating away at their souls it's eating away at them big time. Muy más eating away at the soul. They do not like it when you guys say stuff to them like you eat corn dogs the long way. They fucking hate that. Those guys, they hate that. Hate it. Yeah, I thought you guys were nice too. I didn't think anyone was mean. It was you guys weren't stoning them, but they were getting I don't know what the word is. What's crazy? They just can't stay away from the chat. It's pretty funny to me. Like a moth to light. Make What's Great Again was the original CrossFit troll. Well, now I guess it's come full circle. Yeah, Taylor's savage. God, I fucking almost fell out of my chair once or twice. Yeah, when those guys, when they were leaning into it in a weird way, I could tell. I was like, oh, this is eating away at. They're not liking this. Talander and Jonathan. What's it? Wooly? Is it Woosley or Wooly? Let's just go with Wooly. It's easier. Yeah, Taylor was pounding that ass. Yeah. But still not being rude, right? Still not being a dick. Still not like, it wasn't like, it was gracious ass pounding. I like no fighting words, but just, yeah. They got caught spitting in the gym and yeah. Anyway, here we go. This guy's awesome.
Welcome to Waitrose. Big shop, little shop, cardboard box, small trolley, treat shopping. Welcome to Waitrose, sir. I hope we can meet your demands. Thank you.
So this guy doesn't work there. He's just saying hi to people as they come in. Like, hey, how you doing?
Hello there, how are you? Shoulders back, have a wonderful time in there. Very well.
He told that lady shoulders back. That was crazy.
Welcome to Waitrose, madam. I hope we can meet all your demands. Thank you. Hello there. Yes, not bad. How are you?
And then this guy's tripping, right? The guy who works there, for some reason, I don't know, he's bugging about it.
Not too bad. What are you up to?
Oh, I'm from Agritas Guild. I've been employed by upper management.
Oh, he brought a manager in a suit over.
Basically to enhance the customer experience. I'm surprised you haven't been told.
We've not. Let me ask the branch manager.
All right, fair enough.
So she's like, basically like, who are you? He's saying, I'm from a fucking greeters guild. Then she's going to go get call someone at even higher management because he's like, I've been assigned to work there.
It was arranged by a chap called Jan Mulby. Just if you drop his name. All right, thank you. Fanta for days, madam. Take that to the site. They're going to love you. Flowers, mints,
Take that to the site. It took me a while to get that, but because she's wearing that yellow jacket, like she works at a construction site.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. You're a welcome addition to anywhere. You have a wonderfully studious air, if I could be permitted to say that.
He said that guy's smart. You have studious air. You have a studious air. It looks like Paul Saladino, doesn't it? Paul Saladino works at that place. Doesn't that look like him on the right? And they brought an Indian guy. Like, how is the Indian guy the enforcer? Look at the Indian guy's body language. Like he wants to tussle.
I'm afraid I'll have to move you on.
Oh, no worries at all. That's not a problem. No, that's all right.
How you doing?
Welcome to Waitrose. I hope we have everything that you need.
Yeah.
Yes, all good. Yes, I'm from a greeters guild, essentially. I've been hired from head office. I'm surprised
No, nothing down, I'm afraid.
Imagine this in the United States of America. So I remember when I was in college, the panhandlers weren't allowed to stand within, I don't know, 40 feet of the... Isn't it crazy? Panhandlers aren't allowed to stand within 40 feet of the entrance of a building. Smokers aren't allowed to stand within 40 feet of the entrance of a building in California, but you can sleep in the doorway and shoot fentanyl in the doorway, and the cops won't do anything. That facts. Spitting facts. What's fascinating? What is the fascination with Danny Spiegel? And this guy is a famous guy from TikTok, right? Famous guy from TikTok. Is that what someone said in the comments? And he's being nice to people, and he's being told to leave. You can sleep in the doorway in California, but this guy's being nice to people, actually drawing business probably for these people. It's a great promo.
Welcome to Waitrose, man. Welcome to
And he's still doing his shtick while he's being told to leave. Fucking crazy. We live in such an ass backwards world. But here's the deal. Here's what I was thinking. A little homework assignment I'm going to give myself today. I even give it to you guys too. Fuck it. You guys get a homework assignment too. Here we go. Here's the homework assignment. Let's listen to this first. He talks about the art of giving compliments. I really like this. Here we go.
I adore those trousers. You clearly do some form of yoga. Your posture is marvelous. That's it. Go on, smash it.
I adore your posture. Those trousers are magnificent. Go on, smash it. Obviously, you do yoga. He's like just complimenting the fuck out of her.
I don't know if you know this, but a well-delivered compliment is like a drug for both the complimenter and the complimentee. You see, you give somebody a compliment that you mean, right? And they feel refreshed by your compliment, and you feel good because you've made them feel good. But there is a secret to giving a good compliment. It has to be honest, it has to be bespoke, and there has to be no motive behind it. Now, if you can do all of that, you can make yourself happy and you can make everyone else around you happy as well. Do you know why people don't do it? Because they're embarrassed and worried that their delivery of...
What does that mean? It has to be bespoken. Like you just have to say it? What does that mean? Bespoken. What does that mean?
The compliment won't be up to standards. So you might look at somebody, Connor, walking down the street. You might think, that man has the most wonderful boater hat. And then, another party, you'll think, I should let him know. And then the other part will pop up and say, no, I'm just going to look at the floor and keep this to myself.
Thank you for patronizing the BBC, sir. I hope you enjoy your music, or podcast, or audiobook. Sir, you're a rainbow vision of ecstasy. Cycling ecstasy. You can't hear me, but trust me. Hopefully these words will vibrate into your brain through some form of osmosis.
Yeah, I dig it. Okay, so here's the assignment. We got to give someone a compliment today. A natural compliment. Here. No, that's even too strong. Bespoke. Yeah, what does that mean? Like you said it? I said it. I said it. It's like Chris Rock. You got to say it. Bespoke. Oh, unique? Fuck it. Don't make me look it up. Okay, fine. I'm looking it up. Bespoke. Does that mean you spoke it? Bespoke. There was a store here in San Francisco. I went with Greg one time. Called Bespoke. It's a bicycle store. Bespoke. He bought me a bike there. Custom made, handcrafted bike. A made for a particular customer or user. Oh, unique. Someone wrote that in there. I didn't think. Oh, unique. Thank you. Shit, Clive. I guess I should trust you. Unique. Okay. Bespoke, a unique. Oh yeah, and I said it was a bike store and it was a custom bike I had made there. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Oh wow, Eaton Beaver. He's already like just checking off the list. He's done with his homework assignment. Okay, no one else can give me any compliments. This is it. That one was the last one. Sevan, your ability to keep us engaged amongst all the noise in the world is phenomenal. My goodness. My goodness. Jordan Buhat. Doesn't this guy look like the Indian version of Mario Lopez? Like if you went to India and you stayed in a hotel, he'd be the guy telling you like what the movies are about. Doesn't he? He's all like charming and shit. Looks like he boxes on the side. Looks like he could fight a little. Stays in shape. Morning, Sevan. Let's go with that randomness. Are we talking about in the morning show? Yes, always randomness. I hate the word bespoke. Americans started using it to feel fancy. It drives me nuts. Oh, I've never heard anyone it come from anyone's lips like that. I did. We're good. It took me a second. Give me a second. I can't read all the comments. I can't even read 1/10 of the comments. You got to bear with me. Some of you have cracked the code on how to get my attention. Like either, I don't know, using my name or your profile pictures or something. But some of you crack the code on it. Yeah, we got to do that. I enjoy doing that. I appreciate that art. My sister's a master at that shit. I saw on Instagram a clip of Mike Wallace. Probably a lot of you don't know who Mike Wallace is, but he used to work over at 60 Minutes. He was even an old guy when I was. I mean, he's dead now. His son's a journalist. A journalist. What the fuck does that mean? I should look up the definition of that word and rework that word. Scumbag. Isn't it funny that people? There's things that I just have no respect for. I need more. Like just to tell me you're a doctor or a journalist is a ding. Even though I like a lot of doctors and they're important, I don't know if I like any journalists. That word is just complete garbage. Chris Wallace. Yeah, that's his son, Chris Wallace. Thank you. Oh, you think he's on death's door? You think he's that old too? Anyway, Mike Wallace did an interview with Margaret Sanger. And if for any reason you're like me and you're still pro-choice, or if you're black or Jewish or pro-choice, you have to see this interview. It's so clear. It's so fucking clear. Or Indian, Buhat. Or anything other than fucking German or Finnish. It's so clear what the goal was for it has nothing to do with women's rights. It has nothing to do with women's health. It has nothing to do with, I mean, it's obvious if you just think for 5 fucking seconds about what it means to take a baby out of a woman's stomach and kill it. But you got to see that fucking interview. That abortion thing was made. Imagine something being made to kill Jews and black kids, and it's still okay today, and it's the darling of the left. Now maybe they were wrong. Maybe someone made something to do something really bad, and it was good. I'm open to that. We made this thing to kill Jew kids and black kids, and but it actually is good. But at least know the origins of that shit. Everyone should know the origins of that shit. I'm not saying that's a definitive nail in the coffin for it, but boy, oh boy. I'll eventually I'll get a good clip of that interview and play it on one of the shows. It's nuts. It is nuts. That's not even that long ago that they were saying that shit on national TV. Okay, here we go.
Any of the sugars, right? The pro-inflammatory foods. So white rice. Anytime you have a box food that you need to read a label and there's more than like 4 ingredients, don't bother, right?
Is cereal a no-go?
I mean, there's a whole bad history there when it comes to cereal, so we won't get into that.
Tell that story real quick in 90 seconds. You correct me where I'm wrong here, okay? What people don't know about cereal is Mr. Kellogg wanted kids to stop masturbating. Mm-hmm. And so he created a product that would lower their desire to masturbate by lowering their testosterone, which became Kellogg's like cornflakes. Am I correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Nothing's changed. This has been going on forever. I mean, you guys aren't going to like this. That's the origins of circumcision too, by the way. Not to lower your testosterone, but to desensitize the penis so kids won't masturbate. And that is the origins of cereal. Kellogg's was to the cereal was supposed to lower kids' testosterone so they didn't masturbate. That was, by the way, some great advice, because it is very hard for some people not to eat any processed shit. I fully get it. Like I eat bars and not a lot, but I have all that shit in my house. And but if you are going to eat processed shit, don't eat shit that has more than 4 ingredients. I mean, everything's processed, right? Even like the meat you buy, unless you kill the cow yourself, then you still have to process it. I guess even the apple on my tree, even unless I were to bite it while it was hanging on the tree, the first part of the process would be to pluck it from the tree. But you want to have as minimal processing as possible. So that's good advice. More than 4 items on the ingredients on the box, and don't even bother. But cereal, man, it's weird. I didn't even know anyone still ate cereal. But I guess they have a whole aisle of it at the store. I'll never forget a couple years ago, Avi's 8. The first time he saw cereal, I think he was 6. And he was tripping. He's like, you just pour food out of a box? He couldn't even believe it. Dick Butter, going swimming upstream. I'm circumcised, eat cornflakes, and jerk at least once a day. Yeah. You need hormone blockers, Dick. That's the current cornflakes and circumcision. Jan Clark, I know, this is a fascinating story. I got circumcised at 36 years old, and I want to yank it all day. That's awesome. Sevan, are you red pill? I am. The only pills I take are the enormous amounts of desecrated. What's the fucking word? When dehydrated meat pills that like Liver King and Paul Saladino make. Desecrated? It's not desecrated. Defecated? Not defecated. What's the word? David says jerk it once a day. It keeps the doctor away. Sevan, please don't believe that tripe about it lowering testosterone. It stopped them wanking by loading up their bed sheets and therefore making it allowed when they moved. It stopped them wanking. Desiccated. Thank you. Desiccated. Dehydrated. Desiccated. Why can't I just say dehydrated, Kenneth? Why do I have to say desiccated? All right. And you can look up that Kellogg shit is everywhere. Everyone knows that about Kellogg's. That guy was that was part of his I don't know if the word is religious fanaticism, but that was his. He was a doctor. That was the origin. So I like the idea of putting it in the bed sheets and being able to hear it move around. You guys heard me talk about this. I don't know if I played this clip yet, but this is a travesty. You know, it's the irony of this is I was sitting on my couch holding my phone in my hand watching this clip right here, and my kid came over, and within 2 seconds he's like, "I've never seen that Transformer." I was like, "Oh man." I mean the manosphere type stuff. Have you seen the red pill content creators at all? I think your show would play well in that space. I don't know that. I don't know that. Okay, here we go.
On to another depressing story. This clip caught our eye. I first got it from Rachel yesterday, and it was...
Look at this dude's hair when he turns to the side. Look how much hair he has in the back. You ever seen a car that's like designed like that, where it's like the back looks like it should be the front? Look at how much hair this guy has in the back.
It's made its way around. You know the cartoon Transformers, the movie Transformers, like robots that are, what are they, semi-trucks, and then they turn into superheroes? Well, this is the type of program, by the way, that you would have on Netflix Kids, right? Where you put in all the content filters so that your kids can only watch stuff that's
For
age
kids.
appropriate.
That right there is a non-binary robot. Elon made a good comment on this.
This is precisely that type of cartoon. It's Transformers Earthspark, Season 1, Episode 17. It's just now coming out. It was on March of 2023. They're not talking about saving the day. They're talking about something else. Watch.
Ooh, I like your pins. I am Nightshade. My pronouns are they, them.
Holy shit. The robot just told someone what its pronouns are. Well, Elon said they're robots. They're all binary, literally. But you're right. You're right. How do they even? You're right. How do they like? How they don't even fuck? You're right. Like they don't even.
Thanks. I'm Sam. I'm she, they.
On to another depressing story.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Why would I want to explain that to my child? Not for any like moral or ethical reasons. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want to confuse my kid and take them one fucking step further away from fucking the pursuit of honesty, truth, and reality. What's a they, them? Someone who has a mental illness, who's in denial of fucking what's in their pants. Someone who feigns kindness but is really fucking adds to the confusion of the world and is a mean person. I don't know what the fuck a they, them is. Anyway, I want my kids to have a firm grasp on reality before I start fucking adding. But Sevan, what about Santa Claus? Yeah, that story is made up, and at the end you tell them it's fucking fake. That's the part. Same with the Tooth Fairy. Same with the stork brought at you. It's a placeholder before you let them know that I put my penis in your mom and ejaculated seeds into her. It's a placeholder. You know, you don't expect them to believe that their whole fucking life and walk around with that delusion. Yeah, bro, don't ruin my show. Sometimes I think this, Logan, I'm like, fuck, that's the end of my show. Logan Mars, Sevan, do you ever think we should completely ignore this shit and focus on a 5-mile radius? I know. I tell you, the other day, my wife is like, fuck, we were so fucking lucky. We have it so fucking good. Our kids we don't see any of this, even though it's everywhere around us. I mean, I live in the hive, but we still don't see any of it. But we hear of other parents who send their kids to like all the indoctrination camps talking about it. Yeah, it's great. You're right. The thing is my neighbor, when I talk to my neighbor about this stuff, he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. He's completely unaware that fucking 20 CVS is closed in San Francisco, even though it's just like 50 miles up the road from us, 70 miles up the road. Completely unaware of the fucking chaos in the streets. So I guess I kind of justified doing this show, Logan, by letting people know that there's other people who know what's going on. It's amazing how many people still don't know. I guess this is maybe like a refuge for them, but you're right. You're right. Better to do both. Better to do both. Like talk about it and also ignore it. Jake Chapman. So made up stories about supernatural beings are there to settle the fragile human mind. Got it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Maybe if you're proposing that the Santa Claus story is a bad one for kids, maybe you're right. I've never given it that much thought. But from the little thought I have given it, I think it's fun. I think it's fun. My kids don't do Santa so much. They're probably confused about the holidays anyway, because we do thing with the menorah. I forget what that one's called. Hanukkah. Is that Hanukkah? We do the thing with the menorah, and we do Christmas, and we do the tree. So they're probably, and we do Santa. We do it all the shit. Miss Jacqueline Robinson. Thank you for the video, by the way. I saw the video you made. That was cool. So sad you couldn't make it out to Fitness Freedom. You were missed, but thanks for all the semifinals coverage and hard work. Live podcast from the ranch next year. Oh, you know, the problem is the ranch has no Wi-Fi. But that would be fucking cool. I'd have to plant that seed somehow into Miranda's head. So it's like she offers it, but I don't have to ask for it. But I asked for it. Can I do? I don't know if she wants. Listen, she's trying to run. There's probably people over there at Street Parking who fucking hate my guts, right? People like who are confused. There's because there's misogynists everywhere who hate the female form, and I love the female form. And for example, and she's trying to run a business. And I think one of the cornerstones of this show is just loving the human body, human form. So I don't know if I fit in over there. I mean, to walk around there and say hi is cool, and get a workout in. Maybe get something free, eat something. I like. I don't know. That's good. It's interesting. I want to fuck her shit up. Oh, wait. Jake Chapman. We're having a conversation. Okay, here we go. They serve a very good role, just like the Tooth Fairy and the gods. I thought we were fighting and now we're getting along. Now we're on the same page. I'm so confused. One more, Jake. Throw me one more. Bone. I'm slow. Turntable. Street parking is like 70 to 80% women would be people bitching about you. And they're based in the north. I don't know where most of their people are, but they're based in the Northwest. Very fucking close-minded people up there. I mean, like nuts. Okay, perfect. Do you want me to show you? This might be the this is like, I'm sure this is within. I bet you this was within 100 miles. There's stuff like this happening. I bet you within 100 miles of the street parking world headquarters. This isn't a dig at street parking, by the way. They're smart for being up there. I think she's in a cool town. But this is what's going on up here. Listen to this. I'm about to show you someone who is many of you would think should be executed. I know that's crazy to say, but I suspect it's true. Many of you will think that the person I'm about to show you should be executed, and instead they're part of a group that's we give taxpayer dollars to take care of our communities. So brace yourself. Here we go.
In Seattle, their homeless task force nominated a guy named Thomas Whitaker.
Homeless task force. There's a homeless task force.
Who goes by Raven Crowfoot to join the board. Raven is one of the strongest shatterers primetime has ever seen. He's homeless, gay, an American Indian. There's just one problem.
Thomas Whitaker, Raven Crowfoot, is a sex offender, a repeat sex offender, and I have had bad experience with him.
So I'm going to cut you off because we can't disclose people's personal business here, right?
Okay.
And although that's public disclosure, like we have no right to out anybody in this space.
Okay. I thought.
So this is a meeting where a guy who has raped a 13-year-old girl is being nominated for a position to manage hundreds of millions of dollars to help homeless people. And someone brought up that he's raped a 13-year-old girl and they're being defended. By the way, I think my mom and my sister and maybe my wife, and I know fucking 20 people who all belong to street parking. They love it. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but my mom says it's the best shit ever. And they're, as she said, they're apps out of this world. Like completely out of this world, which is crazy for someone to say about a fitness app. You don't hear that very often. My mom said the street parking app is just brilliant. And my mom loves that shit. My mom's the kind of person who, like, when she buys a TV set, she'll read the fucking instructions on how to use the remote. Mom, what did you do today? I call her up at 6 o'clock in the evening. I just, hung out around the house, did some yard work, and read the instructions on how to use the remote for my TV. Like, oh. So, and she loves street parking. to death. Boz loves it too. It's odd that Boz and TDC promote them. I think it's odd too, but I don't know why. Explain that to me. Why do you think it's odd? Because they're like, I guess they're trying to be like not competitors. I think to be honest with you, I think of street parking and CrossFit as both just like different churches, but both Christian. So like on the outside, like one's Catholic and one's I don't know what the other one, Episcopalian. And like, so for people who are in there, they're like, well, you can't talk to God. Well, we can talk to God. And like the nuances are so Jesus died over on this day. No, Jesus died on this day. But from us from the outside, we're just like, yeah, you're the same thing. But street parking has a better app. Street parking has an app. CrossFit doesn't even have an app. Anyway, let's go back to the child rapist.
Right? Like that's just not okay at all.
Okay.
And I won't stand for that as the co-chair. We're not here to discover people's backgrounds. And actually, I'm glad that if that is the case, that he's here, because sex offenders are another population that is most vulnerable that don't have housing.
So
sex offenders are a vulnerable population that don't have housing. By the way, I think my wife teaches CrossFit out of our garage. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. My wife teaches functional fitness out of our garage. For those of you who don't know, my wife was Greg's personal assistant for 9 years. And I think she steals a lot of the street parking workouts. My wife absolutely loves their workouts. Bad analogy, but the thing is it's in that case, it's not only an analogy, but it's a reality for me. That's how I think of street parking and CrossFit, and that's how I think of the churches. Maybe it's bad, but it's how I think of it, as opposed to just if it was just a bad analogy. Okay, here we go. Back to our rapist here.
Sex offenders shatter now. This lady's telling the board that Raven Crowfoot is a rapist, and they're happy about that. They manage $250 million of mostly taxpayer money. Is Raven qualified for that job? Well, let's look at his resume. In 2010, he was convicted of raping a 13-year-old. In 2012, he was charged with raping a 15-year-old. And then in 2018, cops found him living in a tent with a minor. The guy should be in prison, not running Seattle's homeless task force. Oh, and he even molested the board member who called him out. Watch.
She has touched me. So if there's a meeting where he's
Christina, you need to take this to the police then. Christina?
I have.
This is not the forum.
Stop, Christy. Christy, stop. As the co-chair, I'm telling you that you cannot talk like that in this meeting. I will not have that here. If anyone wants to talk like that, you will be muted and removed from this meeting, board member or public or not. This is about equity. And everyone deserves housing. I don't care if they're a sex offender. I don't care if they're black. I don't care if they're indigenous. I don't care if they're a criminal.
She compared black people to sex offenders? Why did she do that? That's not nice.
I don't care if they're coming out of jail, prison.
Hey, I have to ask you guys. Democrat or Republican? Are any of these people Republican? Are any of these people conservative? By the way, this is the Pacific Northwest. This isn't an isolated thing. This isn't like a rare thing. This is normal. This is what's happening in that corner of the country up there. Kenya Clark, thank you. God, I was getting confused for a second. I'm a black dude, but I don't touch kids. It's a fucking nuts.
Everyone
I don't even know if this lady's black, by the way. Is she black?
Deserves housing.
And by the way, I don't know if that's a lady. There's a lot of things I don't know, but this is fucking nuts.
Everyone's equal. Everyone shatters. Nothing you do is wrong. Nothing. Convicted child rapist, violent criminal, wanted terrorist. We don't discriminate here. We all deserve free stuff. And it was a normal day in Seattle.
That's the Seattle. Is Seattle the capital of Washington? What's the capital of Washington State? I used to know that stuff. Oi. That's a dude. Okay. So that was brought up originally by, we were talking about whether, so I don't like that stuff. And so therefore I may not be welcome at a lot of places. You know, I don't think that I'm not tolerant of someone who's charged for raping a 13-year-old. No tolerance, actually. It is I lack compassion and empathy in that category. I'm for the Republican Party right now for sure, even though both parties don't seem to have an economic plan. Yeah. Please don't take it as I'm suggesting that the Republicans are, as a whole, are innocent of everything. I'm just saying that there becomes a point when if you're a Democrat, you just can't be one anymore. You like how is it that people I love are because I think what I just showed you isn't an outlier. I think it's indicative of that party, the direction it's going. And I think it's a manifestation of their ideology. It starts with just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit of racism's okay. Just a little bit, just to even the playing field. Just a little bit of sexism's okay, just to even the playing field. We'll just give a couple extra contract and fucking spirals into this, as opposed to, hey, why don't we just treat everyone as well as we can? Why don't we treat it to everyone the same? This is Democratic Party pretends this woke shit is good or that it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a fucking. I would put a question mark after that. I don't know. Here's what I think: the Democrats I know, they're in denial of this because they don't report any of this shit on CNN. This is never reported in their press. They don't even know. The mainstream Democrats don't even know that Joe Biden is lost his shit. They think that that's just propaganda from the right. They think he's still able-bodied. Not everyone, Sevan, castrate the sex offenders. And you're a Democrat? That's from a Democrat? Okay, fair. Matt Burns, the Republicans are not the solution to all our problems, but the Democrats are the cause of the problems. Well, I like that. I'll start there. I don't know if that's true, but I'll start there. Your tax dollars. And that's why but we have to stop hating on the rich. We have to stop hating on the rich. We have to stop demanding that they pay more taxes. I wonder if is oh shit. I wonder if God, there's this topic I want to bring up with you guys. I thought Sousa was going to come on at 7:45. I wonder if he's coming on. Let me call him really quick. It was an I'll tell you the whole story, even though it's a little embarrassing. Let me see if I can find see if Sousa's coming on. For those of you who don't know, Sousa is the executive producer of the show. He makes everything happen. The schedule, the sponsors.
You reach Matt, leave a message and I'll get back.
Son of a bitch. I didn't even get a ring. Come on, dude. Come on. How about a ring? Oh, how about a ring?
You reach Matt.
That's how I call, when I call Brian, I don't normally have to do that to Sousa. That's how I call Brian Friend, the guy who does the preview shows here, and HillerFit, because they have their phones like on like private or something. So I always call them in pairs. So I'm reading all the fucking, not all the comments, but I'm sitting there during the weekend watching the chat, right? And so when the ass heats are going, I really get into the chat, and I'm watching the chat, and I'm seeing all the one-liners. This is on the CrossFit YouTube channel, CrossFit Games YouTube channel, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking hilarious. And then all the love you guys are giving, and it's just, I'm so proud, and I'm just like, wow, this is fucking incredible. The Sevan Podcast is really a fucking powerhouse here. And as I'm reading, and then finally I see one person say something like Sevan's a creep, and then I see what did someone say? Someone said the channel will never grow if because of the way Sevan is, and it's just so minor. It's like 1% of 1% of the comments, but it goes in and it starts to fester a little bit. I'm like, well, that's not even true, and I start responding to it in my head, and then I come on the show. And I say, and I get on my high horse, and I'm like, we have so many fucking sponsors, and we're killing it, and I'm happy with the growth, and it's all true. But what I'm doing is idiocy. I'm responding to one fucking negative comment that I don't even know its fucking origin, where it fucking came from, what the guy's motives are. I gave it energy. And it reminded me of when I used to be, I used to vote Democrat, and I would watch the State of the Union addresses, and I would see fucking Obama give a speech or Clinton give a speech, and they were always, after the State of the Unions, I was George Bush Sr. and Jr., I would always feel like, oh, fuck, the country's in trouble. Every time after the State of the Union, I'd be like, man, the country's in trouble. It was never like, and then I heard Trump give one. And I was like, holy shit. And people are like, he's lying. But after his speeches, I was like, fuck, we're kicking ass. We're a bunch of badasses. I want to go out and take over the world today. I was so fucking upbeat. Even though I didn't vote for him. Couldn't stand him. Every time he gave a State of the Union, I was like, this fucking is dope. I'm proud to be an American. This is cool. This is great. I want to be a part of this team. And every time it was Bill Clinton or Obama was like, we have a problem with AIDS and we're sending millions of dollars to Africa. And I'm like, wait, I'd rather hear about jobs are skyrocketing in Ohio. We're manufacturing's out of control. We're bringing it back home. Like that's what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear Bill Clinton being like, we have the greatest needle exchange program the world's ever seen. What? Shut the fuck up. Like that didn't, I'm not proud. I'm not feeling good about that. We've launched a homeless park in Seattle that can house 3 million homeless people. We are a country of innovation. I like, what? No, I want to hear about Tesla has passed, thanks to our fantastic ability to support corporations. Tesla is now the largest manufacturer of rocket engines on the planet, and there are more new jobs in California than anywhere on planet Earth that pay over $150,000 a year. That's what I want to hear. And so I started thinking. Then from there, I started listening to all the CrossFit messaging on the ads. And I listened to Don Fall's press conference, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. CrossFit is up on its heels. There's this thread of listening to the quietest voice, the minority voice in the world that Don and Adrian and some of that messaging, those commercials that I heard during, are responding to. Instead of like, fuck you, we got the cure to the world's most vexing problem, and that test over there, the CrossFit Games, undeniably crowns the fittest human being who's ever walked planet Earth. It's, there's a defensiveness. There's like we don't have a big team. We need to make it more accessible to other people. Instead of the greatest fucking military that's ever walked planet Earth uses CrossFit to keep its soldiers in shape. It's weak. The messaging is weak. It's the same as the messaging that those presidents gave. It's weak. There's like a fear component. There's a justification component. Fuck those quiet voice. Fuck those guys. We know. Are you guys feeling me on this? You guys see this? If you go back and watch those commercials, those CrossFit commercials. If you watch the press conference, there's a subtle hint of like, we know a lot of people think it's dangerous, but maybe you should come try it. Fuck that. That's like me addressing the fucking one guy who says the station will never grow. What the fuck do I care? Why would I talk? You guys are out there being so fucking strong. The affiliates out there are being so fucking strong. Why message them about any weak shit? It's not even real. It's the boogeyman. It's fake. That's probably one guy that I probably fired him when he worked at CrossFit and he's mad at me. People who hate CrossFit and say it's dangerous, I know what happened. Your wife went to the fucking gym and she left you and fucked some other guy. I'm sorry. That doesn't mean the methodology is bad. I get it. God, Sup, you were very active in the comments today. I don't know I agree with your sentiment, but I do think CrossFit never reflects. Glassman's initial methodology is still taken at face value as the absolute truth. There's no reason for ankle grabbing most of the time. Nope. It is a waste of energy to focus on anything other than just the tremendous support the podcast community gave itself and to me and to each other at the venue, on the internet, on the show. And there's nothing that the CrossFit Games should be messaging other than the affiliates are fucking amazing and they're so powerful and they're doing fucking God's work. That's it. They don't have to justify the pirouettes. Adrian doesn't need to talk about the programming. I'm just saying in that venue, it should just be fucking. It should be like a military parade. We came, we saw, we conquered, we kicked ass. We're fucking the best there is. We don't have to be better than you, but we are the best that is. That's it. Yeah, there you go, Olivia. And I was sharing this with Souza, and he summed it up like in 2 lines. It made me feel like a dipshit, but that's why I wanted him here. He said some good shit. Focus on the power of CrossFit and not catering to the noise. Yeah, it's so little. It's so irrelevant. It's so irrelevant. Yeah, that was really enlightening for me. That's why I don't know if you guys saw, but the show last night when I started it, telling that origin story about Greg and about how he didn't have a car, living in a 1-bedroom house with his son and his wife, and he would ride his bike to that rich guy's house to train, and the guy would every day wouldn't come downstairs, and instead of Greg complaining, he wrote journal articles. That was inspired by that. I had all those thoughts. I was like, why am I acknowledging the haters at all when it's just absurd? They don't even know. There's an insult. If the insult has a presupposition, then I have to unfuck their presupposition and then address it. It's ridiculous. Bernie Gannon. Is that a New York Yankees hat and then a New York bridge behind him? Insecurity is not part of the CrossFit ethos. Mindset is integrated into methodology, as with the country. This is what happens when the current leaders think they are superior to the founding fathers. That's an amazing Greg story. Yeah, and you know what's crazy is I live in this hood where it all happened too. The coffee shop that he used to go to, and where he also wrote the majority of the vast majority of the journal articles, was just down the street. Which I stopped going to because it's covered in BLM shit and pronoun shit and every other social justice shit. Wad Zombie, I'm liking what we heard about Nicole Carroll trying to improve the affiliates. I didn't hear any of that. Was that in the press conference? I didn't hear that. I thought I was listening pretty intently. Sevan, during the press conference last couple weekends, do you feel like the crowd didn't want to ask the tough questions? No, I didn't think that. You know what I think, Kenneth? I think that there's a place to ask questions and not a place to ask questions, like certain kinds of questions. Right? So, like, I'm curious about Don Fall's kids, and does he homeschool, and how much time does he get to spend with them, just from father to father? But that's not an appropriate place to ask, right? So I'm just like curious. I'm just like, and an affiliate might be. One time, I'll give you this example. One time we were at an affiliate event in New Zealand, and there were like 500 people in the room. And someone raised their hand. I don't know if this is a good example. Someone raised their hand and asked Greg, why isn't the prize money more for the Masters athletes? And like, I don't think that was appropriate. I just think that that's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think people are afraid. I think it's more that people don't know what they want to ask. I do think that every time I hear Don speak, I feel like I'm in a board meeting. Not that I've ever been in that many board meetings, but it doesn't feel. I mean, we were so spoiled by Greg. I mean, he just fucking. It's crazy. What, you know, even the people who don't like him had to have been spoiled by the fact that you could just fucking go at it with him in public. That he's willing to just stand toe to toe and have it out with you. There's a level of respect that brings to both people and to the company that's awesome. Man, that 10-year affiliate gathering in Whistler, even though I think that was the stupidest place in the world we could have ever had it, man, Greg got up in front of all the 10-year affiliates and just fucking let them fire questions at him. It was nuts. Yeah, Don's in a tough position. There's no way he could know the stuff that Greg knows. Not yet. He'd have to like live with Greg for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. Think of how, I don't know if this is going to resonate, but think of how much more powerful Jesus was as a spreader of the word of God, that he could touch people and heal them or change water to wine. Did he do that? Or was it wine to water? Whatever. As opposed to someone who couldn't do that. And some of you may think that this is blasphemous, but that's what it's like. You have the Greg, when you talk to Greg, it's like you're talking to CrossFit, like CrossFit is a sentient being. Water to wine. Go on. Thank you. Turntable. I'm off to the park with the kids. Rare day where my wife and I are both off work. Awesome. That stokes me. I get to experience what it's like to be Sevan for a day. Wish I could keep listening on fire today. Thanks, dude. Means a lot to me because I know you will throw stones at the house sometimes. Thank you. Have fun. It's cool going to the park with your wife. I'm going to go to CrossFit Aptos here in a minute and watch my wife do Murph. I think I am. I wonder. The kids are supposed to do striking for an hour and a half at the house today, and she was trying to get that switched to a different time. Vindicate. Greg didn't give a shit what you thought is the answer. He was going to give you the real answer, and you could deal with it. Mm-hmm. There was a huge piece of that, right?
Hey.
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Did the striking get and kicking get rescheduled?
She said she can't do it later today. And I asked if she had another morning this week, but she hasn't heard. She didn't respond to that yet.
But did you cancel it? Am I going with you to Murph?
Oh, well, Is it okay to cancel if she can't do another morning?
Yeah.
I
We're
was
gonna go
waiting
with
to hear
yeah.
back
We're gonna
from-
go with you regardless. You
Oh,
should tell
okay.
her that.
Then yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I love you. When are we leaving?
I love you. Well, I should leave here by 8:40. Are we going together?
Yeah. Let's go together.
Okay.
And I'll load the tennis stuff in the car, and we could go to breakfast and play tennis after.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
All right. Well, there's my morning. I'm not doing. Matt Burns, what hero are you doing, Sevi? Don't be a pussy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll do something. I'll do something. Sevi, Melissa, Sevi, what do you think Don has done for CrossFit? What makes him better than Rosa in terms of vision? I think the staff like Don more. I would go as far as to say I know that. Like a lot more. Like not just a little more, like a lot more. This is going to be so fucking harsh. But when Rosa worked there, it was like being left. It was like if your parents hired a retarded babysitter. Imagine being 6 and your parents hired a retarded babysitter, a boy. You'd be like, what the fuck? That's what it was like working there. I bet you when Rosa was there. It was fucked up. Now people like Don. He's not retarded. But he surely hasn't come to what I believe is the conclusion of the way CrossFit needs to be run, but he's capable of it. But he hasn't figured it out yet. Maybe he's still in denial. Maybe it's because he spent 10 years in tech. But he knows. Don't forget, he was Marine Recon. He knows. Sevan, how much of the red flag is it that CrossFit could not stream all the semifinal events? Are tough times coming? No, they're not coming. They're here. It's bad. It's really bad, but not worse than worse than anywhere else. And that's kind of what he was saying in the meeting too, right? He's saying like, "Hey, dude, it's fucked up fucking everywhere." It's just the fact. When do you pivot? Like it's like still it's like what we just saw what's happening in Seattle. When do you stop voting Democrat? Your tax money is being controlled by people who are convicted child rapists. Is that enough for you? I don't know. So the thing will be Don at one point will have to be like, okay, am I going to save this company or am I going to appeal to the board? That's what I think he'll end up facing up against. And so at some point he's going to have to be like, fuck, we're going to have to fucking change the image of this company. Like at some point you have to, if you want to open up commerce, you have to get a big tractor and drive it down the street and scoop up all the homeless people. Some of them are going to get run over by the wheels. Some are going to get killed. You're going to accidentally pick up a grandma that was there handing out food. Like some bad shit's going to happen. But eventually you're going to have to do that. Or the whole thing's just going to burn to the ground. And so Don has to figure out, does he let this thing burn to the ground and leave the shit in worst spot when he got it? Or does he just take a tractor and come down the street and clean out all the shit? And some good people are going to get killed along the way, but it's just what it is. What it is. I mean, that we're getting to that place in society, and I think that that CrossFit Inc. is the same way. What's interesting though is that that contract that they have over at Fort Stewart. I mean, that's I mean, dude. He really needs to triple down on appealing to the base, quadruple down. This isn't a dig at the adaptive class, but if you have to choose between adaptive and the popo, you choose the popo. And yeah, it's a Yeah, I don't think it's a sign of CrossFit per se. I think it's just a sign of the state of the world. I don't know. What do you think? I'd be curious what you think too. No justification to pay $300,000. What do you mean? Well, the rest. What do you mean? Pay him $300,000? I hope he's making more than $300,000 a year. Yeah, I did see Mayhem's advertisement. Someone showed it to me. It came in the mailer. The mailer selling programming. Yeah, that's awesome. David Weed. So he's likable but didn't do shit. I mean, I can't say that. I can say he's likable. I don't know what he's done. He hired someone to. He has an HR lady over there that is a very, 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 very scary creature. And it looks like that's totally in the wrong direction. You can watch a video of her when she worked at forget where she worked. Not Facebook. She worked at Facebook and then she switched to another company. And it's a 30-minute interview. And it is some scary shit. CrossFit will not succeed if they go down that route at all. There is no win there. I was thinking about this too the other day. When it's crazy working for a company like CrossFit. It's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity to work for a company where the owner is like Greg, like just tells the truth for a living. I didn't realize how like that, like I'm like most people will never get that opportunity. And I had that opportunity and I took it for granted at the time. But now in hindsight, it's just a trip. It was so fucking refreshing. He didn't care about. You know, the thing with the trannies too, if I recall, when he's on next time, I'll have him. Someone said, oh, don't forget, Greg went woke too. And he said he didn't care about if men competed in the women's division. Well, two things, and I'll ask him this. Don't take my word as the gospel. But as I recall, he did say that. But the reason why was because he didn't give a fuck about the games in that regard, and he wanted to see it go to the Supreme Court. He kind of wanted to watch it. He wanted a front row seat of it reaching ahead, right? So he was like, "Fuck, let's just do this. Let's do this in my house. Let's see what happens in my house." You're not going to like my answer to this. I don't even know if I can tell you guys this. Is there a Republican version of a lib? Of a lib, I can't say that word. Is there a Republic version of a progressive extremist liberal? By that I mean someone who identifies on the right, thinks he's saying the right thing, but lacks the intelligence to have a nuanced conversation. Yeah, it's called a Christian. Okay, I said it. Sorry, I said it. Greg is a libertarian. That's worse than woke. Oh, please. Please let me. Lex, please, is that a typo, buddy? Please tell me that's a typo. Oh, wow. Don R. Libertarian is such an unserious ideology. I kind of agree. Wow, really? Okay, I'm open to that. Kenneth DeLapp, low blow 7. I know. Sorry. I know. Sorry. I apologize. Licks, the woke get it. There's a serious inequality in the world, but they don't understand the solution. I don't think so. I don't think it works like that. I don't think that there's a serious inequality in the world. Would you rather be a nomadic farmer in Afghanistan, or would you rather be Hunter Biden? Who would you rather be? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that's true, but I could see what you're pointing at. That's interesting. Libertarians got us to woke. Wow, that's interesting. Wow. I totally see what you're pointing at. It's made you so free that fucking you think it's okay to call. I see what you're saying. Okay. All right. I think I see what you're saying. Wow. Okay. Wow, good job explaining that to me very simply for a tard like me. The right solution equals natural law-based politics. Wow. Okay. I see it. I don't know if I agree with you, but I see it. Your math is working. Libertarians got us the woke because they convinced the American government had no role in the promotion of a healthy society. God, I don't know if that's true, but that's fucking good. Meeper, I love the Christian comment so much. I know. I don't know if it's fair because I love me a Christian, but boy, some of my Christian friends will be having these great conversations, and then they'll just fucking be like, "Well, it's really Satan's fault," and I'll be like, "God damn it! Why? Why too soon? Too soon. I wasn't ready. I'm not ready." Satan. Bernie Gannon. CrossFit needs to double down on its true identity. It was powerful, values excellence, doing hard things in truth, compromising for social validation is not compelling. Yeah. You're a good writer, dude. So many of you are good writers, actually. Jake Chapman. I am often jealous of United States citizens, but I do also enjoy being an outsider on the experiment. It's like watching the movie, but never being able to be a character in it. Yeah. There's good spots and there's bad. They're right, Jake. The thing is I heard this thing the other day, Jake, where they were saying that the cities, our metropolises were, and I'm not suggesting that this is true, but this narrative does work in hindsight. The metropolises are really the slave and the slave plantations, where they had the slaves build the plantations, and then they don't want to leave the plantation because they built it, basically. And the guy described it better than I'm describing it. But when you're not in one of those metropolises, you see it. You see they built a cage for themselves, and even though there's no doors on it, they won't leave. And so for those of us who aren't, those are tough places in the country where I agree with you. It's kind of interesting to watch, but man, and you kind of want to be in there, but you don't. I mean, now that I have kids, I definitely don't want to be in there. It's horrible. You could say that guy that we talked about earlier who's on that board in Seattle, the homeless board. There's this other thing that the left keeps doing too that's just completely insane. They go, well, it's just mental illness. Oh, it's mental illness. Those homeless people have mental illness. Well, that guy has mental illness too. That's not a justification for anything. They use it as this imaginary stop. Like it's more political correctness. It's more bullying. It's more bullying from the left. Oh, but they're mentally ill. So what? I'm not giving someone a pass for raping little girls because they're mentally ill. It does not work that way. I'm not giving you a pass for stealing my car because you're mentally ill. It does not work that way. I'm not giving you a pass sleeping in front of my business that I need to do so that I can make money because you're mentally ill. It doesn't work that way. My house is gone because a flood came. That's real. That's real. The wave came and washed my house away. Give me this fucking bullshit about mental illness. Uh-oh. Is that the phone? Do you guys hear that? Why? Why does this phone have so much trouble now? Uh-oh. Here we go. Travis, hold on. Let me see if I can reconnect the phone. Not yet. Hold on. God damn it. I need to get back on my phase of not saying that phrase either. Okay, hold on. I think I'm gonna get it. I think I'm gonna get it. Are you outside? I'm outside. Search for all audio devices. Yeah, I hear birds. Isn't it nice that summer's here? Yeah, lots of birds. That's cool. What do you got? What kind of birds you got?
Robins, blue jays, cardinals. And I'm just in town.
Cardinals are cool. What kind of cardinals? Red cardinals or blue cardinals?
Red.
Awesome.
And
God,
blue jays.
where do you live? You live in St. Louis? Where do you live?
Trying to get hummingbirds, but they aren't coming to my feeder.
Where do you live? What state do you live in?
I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
God, red cardinals. That is awesome.
Yeah, I have cardinals just about every day.
What a great bird.
Hanging out on the back porch.
Hi, Rosie. Good morning. What's up, brother? What you got? What's Travis from Vindicate?
All right, I've been. You're gonna love this. I've been in and out of the show, so you might have talked about this or not. CrossFit Games posted the winners.
Yeah.
For the females.
Yeah.
They fucking tagged Sporty Beth instead of Shadburn.
Oh, is that
As a
still
winner.
up? Is that still up?
Yes.
Is that on Instagram?
It's on Instagram. This came up in the 7 East Side chat.
Where can I find that? Where can I find that?
Go to the CrossFit Games Instagram post. It's a video.
Okay, there's 3 on top. Which one? The one with Gazan holding her arms up?
I'm showing all the female winners.
I see. Oh no, they got Bethany in there now.
And
They got
then
Bethany fixed.
down in the left corner, there's a people icon.
Oh.
You see that?
No. Oh, this. No. Oh yeah, this.
The little person icon down on the left.
No. Where do I go to the post with Alex Gazan in it?
Yeah, open that post up.
Uh-huh. This sucks. People are gonna see how
And there's a
fucking.
little-
Oh yeah. I see it. Tag.
So click on that and scroll down. It says fucking Sporty Beth.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome.
And not Bethany Shadburn.
Hey, look at that is awesome. That is
And
awesome.
it's been called out in the comments.
That is awesome. Incompetence of the highest level.
How are they this incompetent?
That is amazing. Look who has the blue check marks. A Katrin's Doter and a Sporty Beth. I wish I had a blue check mark.
It's
This is so good. Oh my
It's
goodness.
baffling.
Oh my goodness. CrossFit Games. Good job, guys. Nice.
There's some nice Danny comments in the chat or in their post also, which are quite funny
God,
about
this
people
is-
being devastated.
This is so good. Well,
Yeah,
thank
thought
you.
you'd like
That's
that.
fun. Yeah, that's fun. So that
Okay,
that
hey.
is the problem. That is more of a concern. So people were like, "Hey, are they not showing? Are they not showing events 1 and 3 a concern?" This is more of a concern to me. The constant sloppiness on their post. I mean, that is the concern, and the concern that no one has fixed it, and it's been going on for over a year. I mean, dude, what if they played an entire Super Bowl with the wrong fucking ball?
Right?
What if they played
Or
an
tag the-
entire Super Bowl with the wrong That's what they did. 23.1. They put the wrong fucking weights. I mean, this is so bad. So
Or called a
sloppy.
team by the wrong name. The team that won, they called them the wrong name.
Right. Over
They
and
kept
over.
saying,
and
kept saying the 49ers won.
Right. Well, yeah, right. That too. Yeah. They've done that. I just can't believe just the consistency. The one thing that's consistent about the media around the games is that it's fucked up. That's the one thing
Yeah.
that's consistent. Man, what a fucking shit show. That's
I
awesome.
think
I'm
a
gonna send
couple
that.
other things with,
I'm gonna send that over to Hiller.
Oh, he'll love that.
Yeah.
With CrossFit talking about all their cuts and everything, how do you feel about Don traveling overseas, like doing all this overseas travel? Like, where's the cost benefit in that?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. He needs to be around. I don't think he's doing it. I don't think Don is a gamesista. I think he does just the right amount of game stuff. I think that he's really, really interested in pushing the L1, even though he doesn't know how to do it. and he's really interested in supporting the affiliates. And I don't think he knows how to do that either. But I think his head's in the right place. Like he's sniffing up the right trail. And so I don't have a problem with it. I really don't.
Okay.
Why? What do you think? You think that like this trip's going to cost $50,000 and that money should have been used for the stream?
Yeah, I mean, if they're talking about all these budget issues, and somebody in the comment, I'd said it in the comments, and somebody had mentioned that overseas seems to be doing just fine, and the U.S. market is hurting more. Yet he's traveling overseas.
Well, maybe because the greatest potential there is overseas also. Hey, I do think that as much as they want to celebrate the fact that it's 60, they're claiming 65% of the affiliates are overseas and 35% are in the United States. I don't think that's a good sign. That doesn't bode well for CrossFit.
No.
And they want to celebrate it like it is, I think, but I think that it's not a good sign. But hey, he said he's going to Italy and France and Berlin, and Italy and France are basically the guy. While he's over there, if he's going to go to that event anyway in Berlin, he might as well go to Italy and France. And those are huge those are huge hotspots for CrossFit. Italy's an old hotspot that used to have 1,100 affiliates, and France is a new hotspot. And so, I think, and he has one of his generals is out there, Daniel Chafee. And so I don't have a problem with it. Not at all. I don't have good optics on that. I don't think Don's wasteful. I really like Don. I just don't think he knows he's driving a boat yet, and he still thinks he's driving a car, or whatever metaphor you're going to use. I still just don't think he's figured out what the vehicle is he's in. But when he figures it out, he's going to either have to.
I just want to see.
He's going to have to take risks.
See actual action.
Everything that everyone did when they worked at this company, all the success that this company had was taking risks, I feel like. And
right.
And that's going to be he's so
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, one more thing on the broad. Then I know it's games talk, and you don't like games talk, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. On the broadcast stuff.
I like you though, so anything you talk about is fun. So there you go.
Oh, it's because I send you money.
There you go. Thank you.
When it comes to broadcasting the events, why couldn't they? And I don't want to call them ass heats because they're not ass heats. Why not broadcast the top 3 heats from every event on the main CrossFit feed, and do the other heats on the side feed, so you can see all the top heats in every event? Is that more work than just not showing an event?
I didn't understand the question. Why not let the CrossFit podcast do the ass feeds?
Yes, and then that way you can see the top heats for every single event. The main CrossFit broadcast.
Didn't we see the top heats? Oh, you mean specifically for events 1 and 3?
Yeah.
I think that the issue was location.
They didn't show some of those.
I think the issue is location. I don't know. I thought the issue was location, the fact that they didn't have enough money to have cameras on 2 different fields of play.
Wasn't everything in Pasadena? Wasn't everything in the same location?
It was, or it wasn't?
I thought Pasadena was all in the same spot.
Yeah, I don't know. If it was, then I don't know the answer for that. They also have all sorts of weird. So the camera operators they use there are probably union, I'm guessing, and they have all sorts of rules of how long that they can be behind a camera. So maybe they didn't have enough money to bring people in to relieve them. I don't know. By the way, this gold shirt is the best shirt. This gold and black is so awesome.
You like it better than the black on black?
Yeah, I do. I do like the black on black a lot too.
I like them all.
Hey, could we do a limited run of kids shirts?
Yeah. I can just throw them up. Like I said, I can just throw them on the site and we'll see how they do. And then if we need to order, because the hard part, because I know your kids want the American flag ones.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure, and I have a stock of the regular tees and stuff already, so I need to make sure I have enough to get them printed. Right. That's the big thing.
All right, it's no big deal.
Because with that being a 3-color deal,
it's not.
Yes, I would like to get them some.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Like, I don't, if you can't, you can't. Like, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but
Well,
I'm not like, if we're not there yet, we're not there yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not tripping.
What I'll make sure, and people are like, Jesus Christ, stop talking about business. I can put kids' shirts up on the site. And then the next time we do a run of the American flag ones, I'll make sure the boys get some for sure.
That's awesome. Hey, and for people who said maybe discuss your t-shirt grifting offline, here's the problem. And I think probably Travis knows this is why he calls me. I become extremely difficult to get a hold of when the show's over. That's why I do like all of this stuff. I do all of this stuff on the show. I talk to my wife about cleaning the sheets, all of that, because I'm gonna vanish into kids world.
That's right.
Yeah,
hey, tell Haley while she's changing the sheets on the bed to make sure she puts them on the half pipe so I can sleep on there.
Perfect. Hey, what does that mean, by the way? T-shirt grifting. What's grifting mean? Is that a bad word? Grifting.
I don't know what grifting is.
Engage in petty, small-scale swindling.
No, that would be Dave bringing olive oil to the fucking studio.
Asshole. Oh yeah, that was good. Dave
with his little satchel.
All right.
You got.
Hey, are you doing a Colton Merton shirt? Are you doing an Unbroken or Die shirt?
I'm going to talk to Colton this week.
God,
I don't know what his contract is with Tier, so I gotta kind of watch that.
Okay, let me know. I want to help peddle any of his wares. So if I can help Colton grift, let me know.
All the grifting.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta get to Murph.
Yeah, I do. All right. My wife said we're leaving in 3
right,
minutes. Okay. Bye, brother. Bye.
See you.
Okay, guys. I just got a text from Brian, and it says show tomorrow morning, week 3 preview. Yes. Okay. So we have a preview tomorrow for the. Okay. Show. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for everything. Good show. Chill show. The show is chill.